I love giving boy advice, and I give out advice so much to the point where I had someone ask me, well, have you ever been in a relationship? And the answer is no. Actually, it's absolutely no. It's definitely no. It's 100% no. But what you have to understand is my advice is for the girls and the gays. I am not in the business of fixing relationships, okay? I'm in the business of female empowerment. So this is more boy advice. Question number 1. How do you learn to open yourself up to love again? My first relationship was trash and turned me off from the idea of liking a person again, let alone a guy. I still want to be in love, but I don't know if I want to be willing to put all the effort just for him to turn out to be an asshole again. I broke up with him almost 2 months. Girl! You are eventually going to open yourself up to love again. I was in a relationship when I was younger, actually. I think I was 14 to 17, 14 to 18, something like that. I was in this relationship with this boy. It took about 2 to 3 years for me to even entertain the idea of being with someone again. And then it took maybe 5 or 6, maybe 7 years. 5, 6. That's a 6, Kianna. It took me 6 years to even have a crush. Not even a relationship, a crush. I'm gonna say that again. A crush took me like 6 years. You're just expecting so much of yourself right now. I just think you need to give yourself time to heal. It's only been 2 months, baby. Breakups bring up a lot of childhood trauma. So it makes sense that you'd be really hurt. So my ex literally provided nothing but dust to me. No, because same. If you're new here, I say I've never been in a relationship because I've never been in an adult relationship. I had a very traumatizing relationship when I was very young. Getting that out of the way. So my ex literally provided nothing but dust to me. And one thing I've realized, other than the fact that I'm not ready for a relationship, is that I don't know how to speak up for my needs. So my question to you is, how do I speak up to my partner without fear they might break up with me? Have fear they might break up with you and do it anyway. At the end of the day, your relationship is only going to go as deep as you're willing to take it. You have to speak up for yourself and set boundaries. It's a requirement for every single relationship that you're in. And the relationships that don't allow that healthy dynamic are only going to go so deep. I can only be so close to someone who does not respect my boundaries, to someone I can't speak my mind with. You should 100% be able to say, hey, that hurt my feelings. Here's why. If you could not do that again, that'd be great. If you can't have this kind of communication with your man, if you kindly try to set boundaries and someone gets upset with you, let them break up with you. They will be doing you a favor. My entire life, I've had a crush on someone. There was always a boy to obsess over, chronically obsessed with the male gaze, you know? This year, I decided to focus on myself and heal my traumas and figure out who I am. And I've done a lot of growth and healing so far, and I'm finally able to say I'm happy on my own. I'm proud of you. Cute. But there are moments where I don't know. I see beautiful places and experience beautiful things, and I long for someone to share that with. And while these moments are fleeting, I feel miserable and honestly quite lonely during them. So I wanted to ask, as someone who has also done a lot of healing and growth and is fully comfortable with themselves, do you ever get moments like that? And how do you deal with them? Much love from Virginia. Your soul is beautiful as you are. I actually don't get moments like that. I don't think in my head, well, this would be better if someone else were here. I just assume that, I will have those moments with people that I'm supposed to have them with in the future. But right now, I'm by myself. I'm chilling by myself. Sometimes I'll think something like, oh, I wish my brother were here, or I wish my best friend were here. But like a man? No, I don't really relate, which is fine. And it's okay to feel this way. Do you just want to experience these things with somebody, or do you want to experience them with a significant other? I don't really relate to wanting a significant other there, but keep in mind, I don't have a lot of experience with significant others anyway, so I can't really compare an experience with and without a significant other. The reason I don't want a boyfriend, okay, sorry, there's so many reasons I don't want a boyfriend. One of the main reasons is that the other relationships in my life are so fulfilling that I just it's not something I yearn for. I truly think you'd benefit from having maybe more close platonic relationships. I've been dating my BF for a month, so I'd like to hear your opinions about things. Like, is there any rules to lay down or important things to talk about? He is my first BF and I adore him, but it honestly scares me sometimes that I'm not single anymore and I don't want to change. I'm 21 and I've been single for most of my life, and sometimes I feel like I'm too self-spirited because of that. But seriously, do you have any tips on how to stay true to yourself in a relationship? Oh, I can give advice for this. Okay, as the single friend who has observed a lot of people get into relationships, my first tip is stay in therapy. Or start going, please. I think a lot of people in relationships just get really, really comfortable, to a fault, too comfortable. And we still have so much childhood trauma to work through, and we just don't work through it because we have a boyfriend now. So many people get so comfortable in relationships, and I'm so glad you were so comfy cozy. But please do the inner work, because your inner child will thank you. I see so many people get into relationships and then just neglect their inner child, neglect their mental health. And it doesn't seem very sustainable, because then it's 20 years later and now you're getting a divorce when these are things you could have handled a long time ago. So that would be tip number 1. And then tip number 2 is don't neglect your other relationships just because you have a boyfriend now. Keep doing things on your own. Keep hanging out with your girls. You don't have to see him every single day. Okay, he will be there the next day. Invest that time in your platonic relationships, because your future self will thank you for it. How do I get my boyfriend to start spoiling me? He takes me to nice dinners sometimes, but I want to feel more like a princess. Babe, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. This is a question for Shara. Is her name Shara? I'm not sure what her name is, but you know what I'm talking about, girl.
I'm not bringing nothing to the table, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you want a woman to bring something to the table, go to IHOP. Because if I bring something to the table, you're going to be mad because it's going to be another man who's going to not ask me to bring something to the table. He's going to take care of the bill, them kids, and everybody else. And you, if you look broke.
Hi, Kianna. Hi. I'm on a year abroad in Sevilla. There's, of course, this Spanish guy. Of course there's a Spanish guy. When is there not a Spanish guy? He's the first friend I made here, and I don't think I've ever connected so strongly with someone before. We've been friends for 4 months now. Last week, he expressed he has feelings for me and we kissed. What? But I'm very unsure about what to do, although I do think he's everything I'd want in a partner. I'm leaving in 5 months, and I'm not sure if it's worth starting something that's only going to cause me pain later. Send it. Write the letter and send it. You think I'm going to sit here and not condone this? Pain is temporary. You should lean in. This could be one of the great loves of your life. Lean in. I mean, that's what I would do, but I get it. You know, if you don't want to hurt your feelings later, in the future, don't worry about the future. It's the present. Hi, I have this thing where I feel like every guy I know wants me, except the ones I want. Am I choosing them wrong? I need some tough love. I don't think you need tough love, baby. I think you're just going after the wrong guys. I think this is very common. I would need to know more about you, but I wonder if you have a problem with vulnerability and intimacy. So the second people get too close, you push them away. So the guys that you're going for are only capable of meeting you so far because they're not willing to go there. And that's something you are probably subconsciously very attracted to. People who aren't willing to go there. So it may just be time to get vulnerable. If everybody wants you, there's a good one in the bunch, babes. How do I talk to boys? I literally have no clue. Boys are humans too, okay? Get you some practice, start talking to guys that you're not attracted to, and then work your way up, baby. I think it's really just a practice thing. You can just practice your social skills, practice your flirting, and you get better and better. You could also start reading fiction and nonfiction, and it'll give you some clues on how to interact with people. A book that I really like is How to Talk to Anyone. It's not Bible, but it has some good tips if you struggle with social anxiety or you're really introverted. I'm actually really good at talking to guys because I don't want to date them. And so that just takes so much pressure off the interaction. So maybe try that. It's definitely 10 o'clock and I need some sleep. But don't you worry, I'll be back tomorrow to give more advice. Okay. Hey, I'm back. I have cherries. Aren't these so cute? Look at them. I'm a little bit lower energy today because I cried. I took the wrong exit on the highway. And then I just knew I was stressed out and I needed to cry. Turns out it was just like stress about leaving the country in 2 days. Actually, I got a facial recently and it left a whole bunch of like dark spots on my forehead. And it's not even so much that I don't like the dark spots on my forehead. It's a control thing. It's me going out of the country and not being able to control all these different variables outside of acne and what my face looks like, but yeah, that's what I was stressed about. What were you stressed about today? Comment down below. I have cherries. Yep. They're so good. Also, this robe is from Victoria's Secret. The last one that I wore, that one is from Gilda and Pearl, I believe. This is the one I wear every day from Victoria's Secret. I got on Black Friday. I'll link everything down below that I wear. I'm in a long-distance situationship with a college friend. We spoke here and there and have lots of mutual interests. During COVID, he moved back home, which is far. A few months ago, he came to visit and we had a meal, connected on an emotional level, and have been speaking since. Sending photos, etc. Pen pals, ? I've developed feelings and I don't know what to do, but he feels like the right guy. We've known each other for 6 years. It's long distance right now. I don't know if he'll return or not. Help. With these situations, I personally would just lay it out on the table. I would just be so honest. I think the best way to see if another person is worth waiting for, especially when they seem like a decent person, is to just straight up ask, because then you can do one of two things. You can continue the platonic relationship, or you can cut the relationship off and just move on to the next person. How do I get over the discomfort I feel around guys? LOL. Like, I can't look them in the eyes, be alone with them, or even get physically close to them. It's actually really embarrassing. Okay, it's not embarrassing. It happens to the best of us. It's all in the confidence, and the confidence is just a skill. I want you to just start with a friend and start with a high five. And then the next time, maybe you could hold their hand. And the next time, you could grace their hand. But it all starts with a high five. It all starts with a hi. It all starts with a how are you? And just gaining that confidence. You can gain that confidence by getting, those extra tips from professionals. I think that's the best place to go, personally. So for all my girls who are super uncomfortable around guys, maybe I can just find some of my favorite videos on confidence and link them down below for you. How do I stop myself from feeling unlovable because I'm 17 and have never been asked by or liked by any guy? I think being liked at a young age is very formative. I think being liked by boys is very important for a teenage girl. I think being chosen and dating and relationships and all that stuff is really important, just to have that affirmation that you are liked. It's a very formative time, but there are so many other factors, and if guys are not approaching you, that doesn't mean that guys don't like you. It's hard, because I remember that I was not very well liked. I got to a certain age where I was finally desirable, I was finally pretty, but before then, no one liked me, and that really took a toll. And I get it, and I don't know if there's anything that I can tell you that will make you see how lovable you are, but you are already lovable. How can I stop being sad and feeling like something is wrong with me because I've never been in a relationship or even anything close to one? Even though you've never been in a relationship, you are still very worthy of love, and I would hope that the other relationships in your life are reaffirming that. There's so much pressure to be involved with people romantically. It's like we're conditioned our entire lives to value romantic love over everything. If we don't have romantic love, then we're nothing. And our lives aren't even worth it if we're not married and have kids and have this great, fantastic love story. It's not true. It's BS. My friends have genuinely been the great loves of my life, and I can say that with my entire chest. If I'm gone tomorrow, I will know that I have loved and I have been loved, and I've never had a boyfriend. And it makes me so sad that you think something's wrong with you because you've never been in a relationship. And I get it. Your feelings on this are so valid. It's okay to be sad about something like this. The only advice I can give you is try valuing your community and the people around you, and seeing the love that already exists in your life. What does it look like? And try deepening those relationships. And just you wait, because someone's gonna walk into your life when you least expect it, because if you can imagine it, it is out there for you. Okay? How to let love back in when your last relationship led to developing an avoidant attachment style. I had that. I had an avoidant attachment style. I still kind of do. I took the quiz and I was like this much secure and like this much avoidant, which makes sense to me. I actually learned this in Brazil, but being avoidant is actually pretty characterized by not expressing your feelings in a relationship. For me, being avoidant just kind of meant not asking for help, doing everything by myself, and like, I don't need you, I got this on my own, don't need to attach to you, I don't miss you, just... But it also could be you not setting boundaries, you not expressing how you feel in the relationship, you not expressing your love for the other person. I love this bear. I love him. And I think it just takes baby steps. It took me a long time to heal that. I just had to actively let people love me and express how I felt about them. Literally saying things like, I like you to someone, or I value my time with you, like I want to be with you, I miss you. That was so huge for me. Oh my gosh. And instead of just pulling away when someone hurts your feelings, just express to them why they hurt you. Be vulnerable, be brave. It's so brave to speak up for yourself, especially when you have an avoidant attachment style, and it will enrich and deepen your relationships so much. The kind of love that is out there for you when you just allow yourself to love and be loved is incredible and wonderful and beautiful, and you should let yourself experience that. That is all the advice I'm going to give for today. If you like this video, comment down below, give me a like, and I love you. Say it back, only if you love me too. Bye.